Greetings, this is Silent James, and this is for all you Cowboy Bebop fans out there. 3, 2, 1, let's jam. Do 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 do. So I really enjoy transforming clothing, and I thought it might be fun to share a process video of how I actually draw and paint on clothing. So before we get to that, I just want to talk a little bit about the character on the shirt and why I did it and things. So I made a Radical Edward shirt. Radical Edward is this totally awesome hacker from Cowboy Bebop. She's the youngest member of the group. She's really innocent, really hyper, really funny, and she's been my favorite character since I first saw the show. I've been a huge fan since it first came out. My friend Will showed me the VHS tapes, and it was it's funny to think about it now because 2 episodes came per VHS and you had to wait months to get the next tape. So it's very, very, very different than today's, stream and binge watch the entire season in one day kind of lifestyle. But I really love this show, and you should definitely check it out. Most of you have probably seen it, but if you haven't, I fully recommend it. And if you have seen it, I think you should rewatch it now that you're a little bit older, because there are a lot of things in it that I appreciate more now that I've I've lived and I've had experiences and I've seen some things in my day, because all the adult characters, the way they act is really just a coping mechanism to sort of deal with the traumas of their past, and it's about opening up to new people again and trusting people, and it's something that you really appreciate more when you're older and you've been through some life experiences. So check it out either way. Radical Edward is my favorite character, so much so that when I was younger I made my own Radical Edward badge where I printed a picture of her and put it in one of those like badge holders, those protective sleeves, and wore it on my in my shirt pocket everywhere I went. Also, I used to make a lot of iron-on t-shirts where I would buy the iron-on t-shirt transfer paper, print an image using I would use Microsoft Paint. I'm really dating myself with this video, but I don't care. I did so many of these t-shirt transfers that I called myself the iron-on chef. Iron Chef was a big deal when I used to make the shirts. So this is the process of how I made the shirt. I really hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you enjoy rewatching Cowboy Bebop. Thank you. Let's kick the beat. The main thing to keep in mind when you're drawing and painting on shirts is to be patient, because it's not a smooth surface you're drawing and painting on, and it can be very tricky. So after I transfer the drawing using like a rub graphite method, I ink it, and then I started working on the back, and you can see how I transfer it. I just basically put graphite on the other side of the drawing, and then I rub the lines in. And then I wanted to make an all-over print for the sleeves, so I just kept rubbing in the faces. By the end, I mean, I think I could have drawn them without transferring them, but whatever. I wanted them to look right, because I love those little faces that Edward has. It was like emojis before emojis were even around. Then with the color, I'm using acrylic paint, and you'll see me basically just pushing the paint into the fabric, because if you try to it's not smooth, so if you try to just go over it, it'll leave lots of texture and lots of holes in the paint. So you'll see me just pushing it into the actual fabric. When you use a color like red, just add water if you're having trouble getting the paint moving. But with white, be careful not to add too much water, because then you'll have to go over it with many coats. And then you'll see if you go go out of the lines, it's fine, because you can always draw the lines over the image after it's dry. So then I colored in all the white and the red and everything, and you see there I'm drawing over the lines. So it's pretty forgiving. I mean, don't freak out if you go out of the lines or whatever. The overall effect will look nice. So this came out really exactly how I wanted it to come out. So I'm so happy with it. And yeah, it was tricky getting the all-over print around the seams and things along the top, but I just sort of folded it over and drew it like on its own. And I'm using a Ziploc bag in between the shirt and the front and the back, that way the paint doesn't leak through. And then it's important to iron put a shirt over the image and iron it on, and that will sort of seal it, so that way you can put it in the washer, put it in the dryer, no problem. So that's it. Thank you so much. Ta-ta! Mushroom hunting, mushroom hunting, mushroom hunting, mushroom hunting, mushroom hunting. Let's kick the beat.